Hey, what's up people, welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time you've ever seen me, my name is Desmond Z. So last time we spoke, I was telling you about how my January was just like pretty much a not so good experience as far as reading. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with my mind? What's going on with myself? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. Because I feel like it's my duty to come to you, tell you about books that I loved with my whole heart, and tell you to read them, talk to you about them, express that. You know what I'm saying? But I can't do that. Ain't no good books being read. I did like the video where I was talking about 2023 releases that I was really excited about. You remember that? Yeah. If you don't, I'll put it up here. I have started reading a couple of those and it's looking like a DNF. It's looking like they gonna be DNF'd. The Serpent Queen, is it Serpent Queen or Serpent Queens? I can't remember. I'm sorry, it's not, it's some ain't clicking. Something ain't clicking, there's a disconnect. I don't think I mentioned this in that video, but this is one that I was excited about, and it's The Age of Vice. I think it's what it's called. Yeah. Let's talk about the ones that I have read. Let's do that. Let's do that. The Promise Boys. I talked about this in that video as well, saying it was a 2023 release I was excited about. This is a YA book about a YA thriller, mystery thriller, something like that, about 3 high school boys who go to Promise Prep. They're accused of murdering their principal, and they have to, you know, solve the case because they are all claiming innocent and they need to clear their names, so they band together to clear their name. I was excited about this. I was like, yeah. I don't read a lot of YA, but this sounds cool, this sounds fun, I'm trying to get into it. Blase. The first 25% of this novel, we go through like a series of interviews with different people at the school, in the neighborhood, around that know the boys or whatever, giving their account on what happened to Principal Moore, I believe his name was. So it takes us a minute before we can even like get into the story and get to know the boys. And then once we finally get to know them, start getting to know them, things do start kind of moving along pretty quickly. But I feel like I just wanted something a little bit more. Now this is not a bad book at all. I do think that this is a good book. It's just like, it wasn't just like, it just didn't hit as well as I thought it was going to be. Like for me, it took kind of too long to actually get into the story. And then once we got into it, I just wanted a few more twists, a few more turns. Like I just wanted something a little more. It was just missing a little something. But not a bad book at all. Not a bad book. Just the nicest couple. How about just the dumbest couple? How about just the most idiotic couple that you've ever met, ever seen, ever heard of, ever come across? That's what the title of this book should have been. Just the dumbest couple. JK's is missing, and his wife Nina, she don't know where her man is. She don't know where her man is. She's trying to find him. He ain't come home last night. They had an argument, and now she looking for her man. She looking for her man. Okay. Lily Scott is Nina's friend. They teachers at the same school. Okay. Then we got Christian, who is Lily's husband. So you got Lily, hold on. Yeah, you got Lily and Christian, a couple, the dumb ones. First of all, let's talk about Lily's husband. Let's talk about Lily's husband, Christian. This is a man who feels that once he does a quick Google search of something, suddenly he's a pro on it. Suddenly he's a pro. You would not believe the amount of times that he talks about Googling something. Oh, I did a Google search on biochemistry and this and that, and suddenly I'm a doctor. Like, oh, I did a Google study on, you know, the justice system last night, and suddenly I'm up for the Supreme Court. Like, it was unbelievable. The gall, the nerve that this character had, the confidence. I want his confidence that after a quick Google search, he's suddenly subject matter expert on any and everything. I'm just like, so you telling me that that's all it takes? Nina trying to find out what happened to her husband, and maybe Lily and Christian had something to do with this, and it's just all of them doing stupid things. All of them doing dumb things. It's a bunch of dumb people doing dumb things that nobody in their right mind would actually do. There's a specific brand of like mysteries and thrillers that I've been reading and I need to stop. I find myself getting pulled in by like the synopsis, and then I'm disappointed every time. So I just gotta move on. I gotta let it go. I gotta move on. It's time to try something else. Then I read The Prophet. Now, I was actually supposed to be doing a read along with some other book talkers on TikTok, but some stuff came up and I was not able to, you know, keep going with the buddy read. Although I did finish the book. And I don't know if any of the rest of them finished. I actually need to find that out because I still want to see if they put out any content or anything around the book itself. But that's besides the point. I usually do not read books about slavery because it's just like I've said it here before. I think those are very important stories. They need to be told. They need to be read. The real thing is I think there's an imbalance. I don't think the balance of positive or just like everyday present day stories being told about black people they're being told, but they don't get enough attention. They're not as celebrated. It seems like whenever a book about slavery comes along, then that's when it's like, oh, the book of the year, or everybody must read this book, and you know, this, that, and the third, while our other stories tend to, like, we have to struggle to get those heard when it's so easy for people to want to read about us being in chains, you know? That's the only thing. I wish there was more of a balance of both sides. The Prophets is about Isaiah and Samuel, who are two gay men. You don't hear a lot about queer stories being told like during that time. It's always like, oh, gay people just popped up out of nowhere in 1992 and suddenly, oh, here they are. You know, except, you know, we know they've always been around. So this is about Isaiah and Samuel, who are two gay men on the, what is this? What plantation? It's some plantation. And, you know, for a while they just live their lives, and they are one, and everybody else just, you know, goes with it because as it should be. Until one day we have an Uncle Tom who wants to, you know, get in good graces with Massa as much as he can as another slave, and starts like preaching the good gospel, and pretty much starts to get everybody else around on the plantation, all the other enslaved people, to shun Isaiah and Samuel. So we hear their love story. I will say, beautiful writing. Beautiful writing by the author. But there was so much like figurative language and like just pure abstractness. You find yourself having to go back and reread this to make sure you're getting it right. I'm all for a metaphor, I'm all for a simile, but it was just a lot. It was a lot. And I know whenever you read, you're supposed to be thinking critically sometimes. Everything is not supposed to be just given to you, handed to you on a platter, and I'm all for critical thinking. I'm all for like trying to read between the lines, find the deeper meaning and all this and all that. But there comes a point where it's just like, okay, let's just call a thing a thing. Sometimes we don't need 10 sentences to describe somebody walking down a hill. Like, it's just like, it's not necessary to me. To me, to I, to Desmond Z. There was a lot of that. It was just like, my God, he's letting you know that he got that master's in fine arts, and he is not letting anybody forget he fought for it. And also, we were switching POVs a lot, and at first I was cool with it. I was like, okay, we're getting different points of views, and then we started getting people's POVs that I didn't give a damn about. I was like, okay, this is taken away from the story, and this is no longer about Isaiah and Samuel. But there is a beautiful story in this. It's just hidden beneath so much like abstract writing, so much figurative language, millions of metaphors and similes and hyperboles, and like all of the things are in this. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know what to do at this point. I don't know what to do at this point. I don't know what to do at this point. I don't know what to do at this point because the books that I'm reading, the things that seem interesting to me, they just are not working. So it's like, do I gotta start reading fantasy, science fiction? Like, I gotta do something else. I gotta do something strange for a piece of change, because the things that are supposed to be good to me have not been good to me, man. They ain't been good to me. So we're gonna try again. We're gonna try again. I'm gonna go back to the drawing board. I'll come back to you when I got something worth talking about. Because at this point, I don't got nothing worth talking about. Promise Boys is cool. Promise, take that away from this video. Take that away from this video. Promise Boys, it was cool. The Prophets, there was a good book in there underneath all of that literary razzmatazz. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have for you. Yeah, and that's it. That's all I got. That's all I got for y'all, because it's been hell. It's been hell on wheels. It's been hell for me in these literary streets. And oh, I did start reading An American Marriage Story, An American Marriage. Yeah, by Tahari Jones. I don't want to mispronounce her name. And that started off cool, but it's looking like, I think, I don't know, is it a slump? Is it just a funk? Is it a mood? What's happening? Is it me or is it the books? I don't think it's me. It's really not me. It's not me. It's not me. It's not me. But that's all I have for y'all, because I just don't have anything else to say. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you are not subscribed. Like this video if you liked whatever this video was. And I will see you in the next one. I will be back and I will be better. Bye.